Hello, this is Justin Seven with sportsbookreview.com. Today I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about correlated parlays. First thing I want to teach you about parlays is where's the break-even point before you look at anything else on a two-team parlay. Now on a two-team parlay, you have to pick two selections and both of them win. If either or both of your plays lose, your parlay loses everything. If you win both selections, a two-team parlay pays 2.6 to 1. Now what is the break-even point on a two-team parlay paying 2.6 to 1? This is an easy problem with algebra. Let P be the odds of you winning the whole parlay, that is winning both legs. If you win, which will happen P% of the time, you win 2.6 times what you bet. If you lose, which happens 1 minus P, you lose the amount of the wager, which is 1. If you're playing a break-even game, your average winning plus your average losses will be 0. 2.6 times the odds of you winning minus your loss plus P is 0. Doing the algebra, it shows that you need to win 27.7% of your parlays just to break even. If you need to hit 27.7, your average parlay player is going to win 25% of his parlays. Trying to hit 27.7, most of the time you're going to lose money. So what can you do to actually make money on parlays? Well, here is where correlated parlays come in. I want you to think about this example. There are 6 people. You're going to pick a person at random of these 6. And there are 2 different things you can bet on. One is the person a boy or a girl, man or woman? And you know that half of these people are men, half of these 6 people are women. The second thing you're going to bet on, the second opportunity, is this person tall or short? Now you know 2/3 of the men are tall and 1/3 of the men are short. 2/3 of the women are tall. If a two-team parlay has a 27.7% break even, most people are going to lose money because if you're 50-50 on each leg, you're going to win about 25% of the time, which isn't enough to break even. Now what if these 2 different bets were somehow related? And I'm going to give you an example. Here's a game we're going to play. There are 6 people, 3 men, 3 women. 3 of these people are tall, 3 of these people are short. And I'm going to draw a picture to illustrate this. In this game, there are 6 people you can pick from. 3 men, 2 of which are tall, 1 is short. 3 women, 1 is tall, 2 are short. Now there are 2 different things you can bet. The first is the one person we pick. Will that person be a male or a female? Now, with 3 of each, that's a 50-50 coin flip. The second thing you can bet on is the person tall or short? Again, 3 tall, 3 short, it's 50-50. So a bookie could book any one of these plays safely. Each will be 50-50, and if he's juicing you at 110, you're going to slowly lose money. Now the trick here, though, is to find the correlated parlay. Correlation just means when the first thing happens, the second is more likely to happen. And there are 2 correlations you'll see here. First, if a person is a male, they're more likely to be tall than is the whole population. Second is if you're a female, you're more likely to be short than is the whole population. So as a player, you're looking for an advantageous bet. Being the wise guy that you are, you say, hey, I want to parlay, is this one person a man? And I want to parlay that with, is this one person tall? And you'll see this happens 2 out of the 6 times that happens, that's a third of the time, which is more than your break even of 27%. So even though these other 2 lines are right, the correlated parlay crushes the bookies when the market prices are right. The other correlated parlay you'll see is the person that you picked a woman, and are they short? You'll often see this in all kinds of correlated parlays, that there's often 2 sets of profitable bets, and then there's the anti-correlated plays, which tend to be much, much worse than just throwing your money away. Alright, our next example, I want you to consider this imaginary matchup between the New York Giants and Clark High School. Giants are a pretty big favorite. In fact, they're a 68-point favorite. The total for this game is 68 also. So this is a classic example of your perfectly correlated game, perfectly correlated bet. If the New York Giants cover, if the New York Giants win by more than 68, the game has to go over 68. On the other hand, if the game goes under 68, you know that Clark covered the plus 68. So you have two bets, two different angles that are 100% correlated, where if one wins, the other wins. And that is the ideal kind of correlated play. You're not going to find very many games where the spread and total are equal and there's 100% correlation, but you will find a lot of situations where there is some degree of correlation. The trick is you're looking for situations that are higher than the break-even point, which is 27.7%. Now you need to be careful when you're looking for these correlations. It's not enough just to find data in the past where when one thing happens, the other is more likely to happen. You have to be able to explain it, to give a reason for it. Because if you can't explain it and you look for enough relationships, you'll find something that looks like it is. This is called a data mining error, and you'll lose a lot of money. So remember, focus on a single event, find a relationship. When one happens, the other happens more often, and be able to explain it. Not all correlations are directly between a spread and a total. For example, in soccer, if you have a game that's 2.5, there'll be a pretty strong correlation between the draw and the under. If you have a 0-0 or 1-1 game, obviously it goes under, and you don't have very many draws at 2-2. You also see some correlations in NFL at the end of the season. If you have a team who may have a meaningless game, for example, pretend the team that plays on Monday night either gets a bye into the playoffs or has to play to advance, based on what another team does. If the first team loses and they're in, they rest their players and they're likely to lose. So in this case, the two teams losing are correlated. You may also find correlations between players in an event. For example, Federer winning is correlated to Nadal losing in any given tennis match. That's all for today. If you have any other gambling related questions, feel free to send me an email at justin@sportsbookreview.com.